Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to review cut, can, and clear, just the old school CQB stuff that we do all the time, and emphasize today. We're going to emphasize practicing with flashbangs. I've got a giant green box full of flashbangs, so if you have any lethal or smoke generating grenades, dump them. We're not using them today. We're only going to use flashbangs for our practice today. Yep, because I thought you were ready to go. That looks pretty good.
That guy got wall banged.
Oh, yeah, he totally did. So let's watch how they move through this doorway and see what kind of, if there's any errors that we spot or just vulnerabilities that we're aware of.
Yeah, I'll be too. We
flash at every door.
Often, you don't have to. That's kind of up to you, man. You're the point man.
Yeah, don't be afraid to practice. We got a whole bucket full of them, so please make use of the time to practice.
All right.
Okay.
Moving left.
Shit. You,
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to clear this.
Now, whoever's the
Now
point
your
man
point,
might
right?
change from room to room, so don't be
Right.
afraid to shuffle it up between
Yeah.
rooms.
I was actually going to say that, but... Alright, hold up. Contra, go ahead and stack up on that door. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and flash. You good?
so good. I'm gonna go right.
Hold.
All right, pretty good entry. 1 point of critique. Sorry, Contra, I'm going to call you out, buddy. When you came in, you sort of cleared your corner, but then you sort of slowed to turn and engage the threat deeper in the room. That's not a bad idea, to be thinking that. But your priority is to get the hell out of the doorway. That way, the other barrels can come into the fight. Because that second guy, because if you're clearing that first corner, especially if there's a guy dead on the floor, see that guy? He got wall banged when you guys were clearing that second room. If you're looking at him, evaluating whether or not he's dead, that's a second that you should be taking to focus on your corner and trust the rest of your team to worry about the rest of the room for that heartbeat. So just everybody remember that. When you're entering a room, take your corner, get to your corner, and worry about the other threats as it goes. Because you already decided to enter the room. You did not cut the room. And if you did cut the room, most of the room should already be clear. Particularly the center area should be clear if you cut the room, right? So trust in your team to handle those emergent threats. Focus on your corner, which is the last little bit of unknown that you've got left in that room. So let's reset and try it with a different group of folks. All right, so the 3 folks that were just down there clearing, why don't you head upstairs and watch? And the folks that have not yet gone through, let's get you going with Night Fox here.
Right, stack.
When you're in position, give the middle guy a tap. That guy, there you go. So Night Fox, make a choice. You're either going to clear, you're either going to cut it, or you're going to make a rapid entry and start a flow. But for now, why don't we just do a cut? Yeah.
Number 2, flashbang.
Flash out. Bad flash.
Oh. All right, no big. Take a second.
Flash out.
Yeah, mistakes are gonna happen. Urban room clearing's always
Single door.
even in real life. It's
Yeah.
it's closed. Like so I was
Back
gonna
on
do
door.
when I changed. I'll tell you later.
Hold on. So, Night Fox, you were just point man. Let's say for a second that the layout of the room means that you can't really get to that door too quickly. Let's say there's a desk and shit in the middle of the room. Stu or that guy, who's going to step up and take point man? Who's closest?
I will.
Okay, so we have a new point man. So Stu, make the calls as to what you
That
need.
door just magically opened.
I need somebody to open the door. So 2
Correct.
open door.
Anyway.
Roger that. Moving on door. Full open or partial?
Full open. Flash.
Door did not.
3 flash.
Door did not open for me.
Oh, is it closed on your screen?
Yeah,
How weird.
some lag happened, and I think this door's bugged. Well, it opened. Okay.
Okay.
3 flash.
Flash out. Going right. Clear.
That second room looked really good, guys. I really liked how everybody took their corners, cleared it, and moved into their corners. Good job.
Stu, you still taking point?
Yeah, do
That
you
guy-
wanna?
Go ahead and take point, that guy.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and toss flash in there. You
That
Keep
door
your
down
hands
there
on your
the
rifle if you're
field,
point.
I'm not sure what happened.
Don't sweat it. It's
all right.
Yep.
Stu, if you go ahead and flash it. Fall in right behind me. I got flashed. You two go in.
Oh wait.
Clear.
Just really quick, guys. I couldn't tell from up here how much of the room were you able to clear from the outside, because that entry looked a little rushed for. Because it looked like Stu came in. You kind of glanced over your shoulders to make sure those corners were clear, which is
User
good,
joined
they
your
were,
channel.
But then you just kind of like entered. Was there? It didn't look as crisp as the last one. Did you? How much of that room could you see?
I mean, we had a cut while we walked over here.
Okay.
I think the only thing we didn't see was these back corners here.
Okay.
I saw the one that guy is standing in, but I did not look into the other.
Okay, well then that would be my only critique. Just make sure you're actually getting your barrel into that corner. That way, if there's a threat that you just didn't see, you can still reduce or eliminate that threat without actually getting too much damage. So always assume there's a threat and get in there. Don't just check for one. All right, game on.
All right, Night Fox, the door will swing over to you. You'll be opening it. Stu, you'll flash it after I pie it.
Full open.
A-firm.
Ready.
Do it.
Flash out.
You get right, I'll get left. Clear.
Excellent entry. I really liked the communication. One critique, hey Night Fox.
Yep, I
You
know
are-
exactly what I did wrong.
You are a damn fine shot, sir. However, that is a very narrow needle to thread between the door and your point
User
man.
joined your
So
channel.
again, stay in cover, trust your point man, and you can probably do more good being ready to drag him out of the way if he becomes wounded than neutralizing a threat like that.
I actually have something to point out as well. When you guys came in, that guy and Night Fox, you both kind of stayed in the same corner. So that guy, when you're entering in a room like that, don't be afraid to go halfway down the wall. That's just a good standard practice.
Wouldn't the third man
Corner
be
and
at the
then
door?
turn.
So what I'm here.
Here.
How do I explain this?
That guy. So you'll come in, you'll clear the
Run the wall
corner,
a little.
turn, and then start going into the
there
center of
it
the
is.
room.
Right. Because the idea then is that you're freeing up space behind you for your third guy in. And also it gets you some different angles in the room because it's not a corner-fed room, but it's like almost a corner-fed. So by running through a little bit, you can open up the angles of fire. Because, let's say there's a desk or some boxes in the middle of the room. You could get an angle around it. And it also just makes any bad guys who are trying to track you, they have to track a moving target for that heartbeat. Meanwhile, the third guy comes in and fucking, crushes souls and takes care of them.
Right. It's all about violence of action.
Yeah. Attitude over tactics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So let's, you know what, guys? What do you say we do a little bit of
User joined your channel.
Kind of, it's going to sound weird, but a little bit of force on force to get a feel for what it's like being on the inside of a room when guys are doing that versus the outside. And you'll kind of see where there are possible mistakes. So remember how before, when I came through the door, I think it was Sauce or somebody kind of hit me with a couple of paintballs as I was clearing that doorway. Let's do some stuff like that, except the guys on the inside will just play dead. If we get hit, we'll go, and just kind of lay down. Because we're all invincible right now. Like, where Night Fox, where you at?
And down here.
Yep. Yeah. Just sim rounds today. So
I
we
see
can.
the love, guys.
Yeah. So why don't we get 3 guys to clear the building, 3 guys to be the bad guys, and we can kind of see from the bad guy perspective what it looks like to get flashbanged, to have the room cleared on you, and to kind of see how quickly that goes, or to get real-time feedback if you're not really doing an effective job clearing a space.
All right. How about we have the three of you guys enter here, and we'll just meet you in the first room.
I was actually going to ask, could we, how hard would it be to get some options in the building?
It could be a minute, and right
Alright,
now
so
it's
let's
not
just
like
go
fully
into-
apertures and kind of
let's-
measuring.
Are we going?
First room.
Are we going in each room?
Hey,
or?
if you're in game, we're over on the CQB course. Come on over.
Copy, copy.
Alright, pick a spot.
So can I get 3 volunteers to the front, please? Cool.
1 sec.
Do you
Hey,
figure
that guy.
All right, entry team looks like they're getting ready. Let me know when the bad guys are ready. Will do.
So we're gonna have all 3 threats in here. We'll clear this room, and then we'll go into the next room.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright?
Are they yellow?
And guys on the inside, let's just keep it simple. Please don't do anything too crazy. You're just there to kind of just be riflemen mostly. Roger that. let us know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
That guy, you set?
Set.
Baddies are set. All right, we're going hot. Entry team, you're clear to start.
Door, stack up. 2 set. Set. Nice. Two, flash it. Flashbang out.
Okay, you're dead, you're dead.
That flashbang.
Anyway, I think flew behind me.
Did it? Did it go all the way down the?
all the way
Also,
into
I
the
hit you
pocket.
first time.
So hey, here's a great opportunity to remember that your flashbang only works if it's kind of where you are going to be standing. So it's a great opportunity to use like the lob or even the drop function of your ace grenade throws to make sure that that grenade kind of stays within a couple of feet of your entry doorway. Do you guys want to reset and try that again?
Yes.
The third man.
Okay, entry team, go ahead back to the previous room. Let's reset, try that one more time. And bad guys, yeah, once you've taken a couple of hits, you can go ahead and just kind of roll over dead for us. How about that? A-firm.
Are the bad guys allowed to move?
Is that good?
A little bit, yeah. But just wait for them to come into the room,
2-man now. I'm behind you.
Affirm.
Alright, we are going to.
just to keep it simple.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Resetted.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't have to do that, but okay.
Took care of the bad guy.
Here, actually, real quick, if you see any pop-up targets around you, just knock them back down, guys. We're not going to use them right now. We're using live targets.
You got the door. Roger. Gotcha.
Ready?
Opening. Trim coming in.
How'd it feel that time, guys?
White.
Better.
I think I nailed Contra a bit there.
Maybe, but sounds like it was a mutual shoot, so you'd probably both be wounded or dead at that point.
Yeah, I think he'd be wounded and I'd definitely be dead.
Alright, baddies, next room.
So here, why don't we actually really quick? Why don't we do a quick hot wash? Entry team, what did you guys experience? What worked? What didn't? Just there.
Flashbang seemed necessary. Slicing pie is reasonable, but almost seems like you'll end up trading.
Perhaps. What could you do to make slicing more effective next time then?
I don't know, maybe flash it first.
Maybe. Or just back away from the door more. Really use that lean mechanic. Take the time to actually cut each small piece of the room rather than kind of just rushing that doorway.
Pre-fire the fuck out of it.
Yeah, pre-fire.
And there's another option. It's called a clearing burst. That's a real thing. So don't be afraid to do that if you think an enemy is somewhere. Now, Contra, it sounded like you were trading with that guy. What happened there?
I came in through the door and I was running, and then I switched to the slow walk, and then I saw that guy, and I shot at him, and he shot at me, and he was a nice enough gentleman to lay down.
Any thoughts on what we could do to improve that kind of trade situation in the future? Because you had a void there.
A what?
You had a void, an area that you weren't able to control from your entry point. So what's another
unknown
option for that? Yeah, you have an unknown area.
I don't know. He just popped up, and I started lighting him up as I was moving down the wall.
Okay. Now, where were you when you got hit? You were all the way down. Yeah, like down there. So
you can
that
focus
guy,
on
if
controlling one
Contra
space at a
had
time.
stopped a little further back, I'm not saying much, just a couple of feet back in the room, would it have been harder or easier for you to engage him?
Harder, because that means I have to come out into more guns.
Right.
Now, let me
Expose
ask you a
yourself to
question,
3
that
more
guy. Were
people.
you behind that wall the whole time, or did you come out that door?
I was behind this wall this whole time. The first time you guys did this, the flashbang went right here. I got flashed, and you guys wall banged me through this wall.
All right. So just putting it out there that sometimes you guys did a great job getting through the doorway, but it's all a game of going fast and then slow. So why don't we have the bad guys go set up in the last 2 rooms? Good guys, go ahead, reload, recompose yourselves, and we'll clear out the last 2 rooms, and then we'll swap it up.
You got it. Would it be mean if we did this?
Once again,
Would this be mean?
I think it's reasonable.
Do it. 100% do it.
Let's see if they wall bang me.
I'm gonna take down the popper targets.
It's one of the things I talked about. Point clip. When you open that door, you don't know if there's a guy with an AK-20 at that door and you're about to die.
Right.
You just have to prepare.
So yeah, I was gonna say Contra, the other side of that.
So you can reduce the risk.
I'm blind as fuck.
So it wasn't
Yeah.
in vain. He was definitely dead.
Hey, Citadel.
I think the bad guys are ready. Is that right down there? Bad guys are ready.
I'll take the photo. Found a door. Back up on it, guys. Probably this side. So it's gonna open this way.
Okay, hold up. When you open it, go ahead and open. I got you.
Womp womp.
Okay, okay, one down. Middle.
Flash the heretic, and then we'll go.
Yeah, sure. Flash out. Okay, we good?
I know that there's only 3 guys, so, but we should clear it, I
We
guess.
should definitely clear it.
Continue the drill. Yeah.
Alright, Sauce, it looks like you closest to the door.
Alright, stack up on me.
Okay, there we go.
Contra flash.
Flash out.
He's kind of stuck on Night Fox. Room clear.
Alrighty.
All right, guys, pause.
So just like a second ago, let's break it down. What happened there? It felt like there were kind of 3 phases to the action. So let's start with that first phase before you guys got through this first doorway here. What was happening as you exited that second room?
Oh, you talking like right here?
Yeah, like when because it seemed like there was a bit of a shootout right before you guys got through that doorway there. So walk me through that. I didn't see it. all.
So, from my position back, I was over here in this corner.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little further away. I can see Night Fox from here, so I engaged him, and then I started receiving fire, but I couldn't see the target, so I tried to back off and get around the other door.
Okay. Now
Right,
when you
around the
backed
side of the wall.
when you backed up, was there somebody right behind you?
No, it was
Okay.
Sauce and Contra were both in front, and they were stacked up against this left wall right here.
Okay. So you had
So-
room to back up when you needed it, right? Okay.
Right.
And then, so you're taking fire from inside the room. You're not sure where. What'd you guys
Right.
do next?
I
That's
called
a really
it.
good hiding spot, by the way.
Yeah.
Called out
Go ahead, Contra. You good?
yeah, I called out for Heretic to flash it, and then he did so, and then we came in the room.
Okay, and where did that flashbang land?
Pretty much right next to that guy.
Yeah, it
I-
totally
I-
fucking did.
I only got flashed for like a split second. My vision almost immediately came back. That's when I peeked again and saw you guys come in and gunned all 3 of you.
Right.
Okay, so that,
So, you know what, man? Shit luck in that case. You know, I mean, that's a possibility. The principles that you employed, though, were good. I mean, you ended up putting a flashbang right next to the threat, so the principle was still good. So you guys came through the door. Let's assume we got lucky and he misses or it just hits our armor. You already had Night Fox down. What about this last doorway? What did the bad guys see on this last doorway? Because I saw an AR in there.
I just saw somebody sit by. I had time to squeeze in.
Okay. And then I guess there was an exchange of fire. You went down. Then what happened? Because like, you could still see. So what did you see from that position as if you were still alive, or maybe you were a guy that came up to take that first guy's position, like, or something else?
First guy went to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Second guy to the left, and everybody kept moving. It was
Right.
good.
Now, did you see? I couldn't see, but it looked like somebody went across the door. Like when they cut the room, they went across the doorway. Then it looked like they came back to deploy a throwable. Was that right?
When I sliced it, when I was
Yeah.
slicing it, I saw Stu, and then I kind of paused to engage him. So maybe that's what you were seeing.
Okay, because it looked for a second like somebody crossed the doorway twice, and I was just going to point out, avoid doing that if you can. Like if you're cutting it, just stick to that one side of the doorway and just talk to your buddies rather than trying to like cross back over and deploy a throwable, because you've got other people who can do that. All right, so let's change up the teams. Let's have 3 people who have not entered like this enter. 3 people who have not been the bad guys be the bad guys, and we'll
Bad guy.
Ready to drop a map for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a bad guy too. I'm on top of the rail. So you might have 4 bad guys.
I repat my mags.
If you're low on ammo, get more. There's some in the connex to the south of the mountain course.
And you know what? If you haven't been a bad guy, you can just jump in a random room. Just no more than 1 or 2 bad guys per room. Let's not overwhelm these poor guys. This is practice, not, Hell Week.
It could be Hell Week if we wanted it to be.
Let's avoid that if possible. And anybody who wants to, I'll just be on top observing too, so there's
You guys may need a magic touch so that we don't die.
Yeah, 1 sec.
Get some ammo.
Okay, range is hot.
Always stack up.
Ready?
Ready?
Good. Slide it.
Flash out.
Soldier.
Back up. Ready? Somebody get the door.
I thought you get the door. Echo is back.
Ready. Back ready.
Let's go.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay. So I think we made similar mistakes to a couple minutes ago. Let's walk through that. So how did this break down? You guys were doing great, and then the door opened, and it felt like all hell broke loose. So let's start with the bad guys really quick.
Quick. Hey, bad guys, what did you see when that door cracked open?
A fucking grenade.
Massive explosion.
So it sounds like there was a throwable that went off, and it was effective at kind of distracting you guys, given that window.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that right? There was a question mark there.
So quite literally, I just heard voices. I heard "get the door," and then I began to cook a frag grenade because you guys entered into one room, you cleared it, you stacked up, a lot of voices right outside the room, and then a command to open the door. So as soon as the door was open, I threw a grenade.
Oh, okay, that's where that grenade came from.
That's true bad guy tactics there. Many a private has failed that.
Yeah. At the
I almost shot him
moment
through
the
the
door
wall 'cause I could
opened,
hear him.
I threw it and it detonated in the air in the doorway.
Okay.
Welcome to NTC. I will be your senior NCO, and welcome to Hell Week, boys.
So, for sanity's sake, bad guys, do us a favor. If you have any throwables, please don't use them. Just be good targets for our entry team and use it as an opportunity to see what it looks like from the bad guy's perspective of a team entering. We'll worry about, like, countering throwables and that kind of dynamic shit some other day.
Basically
Today we're just
act
working
like
on
AI.
maneuvering.
Gotcha. I was
Yeah.
just trying to serve as a worst case example.
You did fantastic, because that absolutely is a worst fucking case example. So, for now, guys, just be good targets and just kind of observe, okay? So, entry team, what it looked like from up here is that you open the door. I guess the frag went off. there was an attempt to breach. Is that right?
The flag went off, and I thought I heard the flash.
Got
So
it.
I went in and got blinded by our own flash.
Okay. Did you guys remember to actually slice the pie and clear the room? We're still just trying to learn that basic principle.
No, because here
Yeah, there was a primo
I
grenade
just
there.
threw the flash and then
Yeah, like literally, he said,
Okay.
like, get the
Not
door.
a terrible
I began
option
to cook it. I'm
in
like,
certain
why are they not
cases,
opening the door?
but you can
I counted to
clear
three,
most of the
and
room
I have
from
to throw it, and
outside
it
without
coincided
even stepping
perfectly with them
inside. So
opening it.
don't be afraid to slice that pie and take the extra time. It's going to be to your advantage. All right.
This beautiful suicide.
And then
tactics
Night
there.
Fox.
Yeah.
Same
'Cause, I
mistake,
mean,
brother.
like, I wanted it to
Yep.
be realistic too.
You are
Like,
a
they had
damn
breached
fine
in
shot, but you are
the
not
first
that
door.
good of a
There's whole
shot.
bunch
So
of
I don't want
footsteps
to
next to it.
trying to blast
I'm
rounds
gonna
over your
silence,
point man
like it's
shoulder like that.
obvious that
Okay.
they were trying to do this.
Hey, firm.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. All right.
All right, guys, let's take this room again. Let's slow it down, entry team. Even if it is unrealistically slow, let's just focus on the procedure and the maneuvers. Okay, guys?
Alright, entertain. Stack up.
Eiko, where'd you go?
I think they're doing from the beginning.
Oh, sorry, not a full reset, just a room reset, sir.
Copy.
Thank you.
Already. Ready?
Yep.
Night Fox, open door. Slide.
Okay, hold. Everybody hold. Okay, so that was good initiative, Eiko, but unfortunately the point man didn't call for it, I don't think. Did I hear that wrong?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, so make sure you are waiting for your point man to call off what you need. He's the guy who's closest to the door. He's responsible for the tools that you use, so make sure you're waiting. Don't just assume, because then you can end up flashing your point man, or chaos could break out, because he could step out in front of that flash and then block it, and then you're sitting on a live flashbang, you know?
Copy.
So let's close that door and do a room reset and try that one more time, boys.
Stack up.
Yep.
Ready? Night Fox, open door. Slicing. Flashbang. Going left.
Really? Door, out of my way.
Was that just ArmA?
That was me and ArmA
Okay.
conspiring together to my
All right, no error on that one, but just don't forget to leave plenty of room for ArmA physics. All right, bad guys inside that door. What'd you see real fast? Looks like there was a bit of a firefight.
They were very slow and staggered coming in. Like, Stu, realistically, you would have been chopped suey as you opened that door and tried to cross it. I was very generous when I decided to prone out. But yeah, you guys were really slow in getting bodies inside of the door. You know, Night Fox, I think, would have been walking into seeing 5 dead people.
Now, I did just tell them to take it slow, so I'm sure that's part of it. But yeah, I think I see what you're saying, how there was like a long time between each person stepping through the door. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
There was
so-
multiple bad guys per, good guy coming in.
Right.
So it was a 3v1 gunfight each time.
Okay. So yeah, and that's just something to keep in mind, that when you are making entry into a room, just make sure you're doing that with as many people as rapidly as possible. Of course, it is totally unfair that it's like 5 guys in a fucking room all waiting for a team to come in with automatic weapons. I mean, there's kind of no winning in that circumstance.
But after the
So-
first room breach, yeah, that's what you're
Yeah.
afraid of.
Yeah.
I think we could, like, as soon as the flash goes out, everybody goes in combat pace, and the explosion is to go for everyone to move simultaneously.
I think that's traditionally how it's done. The bang means, okay, let's go. So I think you're onto something there. So let's have the bad guys who have already been shot up kind of fall to the back of the pack here, and let's get this entry team moving through the rest of the house here.
Sure.
Somebody else want to take point?
Eiko, take point.
Whoever's closest to the door when the room is cleared, that man is now on point. It's not so much a discussion. You're not always going to have time for that.
It's 100% correct.
Eiko, B point.
Yeah, just.
Oh, man. Okay. You know when you guys are ready?
Are we stacked up?
Fucking.
So the point man calls out for the stack, and the other two respond by moving up and either vocalizing or just tapping on his shoulder to let him know, hey, we're stacked with you. And then the point man can begin either calling out what he needs, clearing slicing the pie, whatever he needs to do, he can go ahead and start doing that.
You just check. Yeah. 2 ready.
3 ready.
Flashing. Yep, yep. Go and flash, go and flash.
Alright. Slicing.
Now you're the point.
Go.
Going
left.
Turka. Mahaba Jihad.
Good instinct.
There's 2 dead women and a dead child in there now.
Yep.
Whenever you want, I'm gonna flash.
Whoa. Enemy commands.
I don't have flash. Fuck it. Frag. Open.
Oh, that was a frag.
I'm dead.
All right, good energy when you entered that room, but let's break it down. So, what happened when you transitioned out of that second room there?
Come back, and some enemy comes out right here. Then.
Yeah, no, that's a logical decision because being back here gives you the advantage when you're checking when you're slicing the room, and then from up here. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
No, realistically, this is about as close.
Yeah, complicated, but that kind of shakes out. So.
Yeah.
All right.
And I didn't have a flashbang, so I thought try frag. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah, you. Well, you
were
weren't here
the
from the start.
closest to the door, so you should have just called somebody else too.
Yeah. So generally, the point man never touches the door, and he never takes his hands off his rifle. So the point man never throws grenades. He never opens doors. His whole life is just to have that rifle up and shoot anything that emerges. Yeah.
Got it. So did Night Fox become the point man the moment we switched over here?
Quite possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I remember even you saying Night Fox, you're now on point.
Yep.
Okay. So now he's the point man. So then you came into this room, and then what happened?
Then I asked him to open the door. Yeah.
But it sounds like from the positioning, you became the point man again because you were the closest to the aperture.
I see what you mean. Got it.
Right. So it's all very dynamic. It's not an assigned role that you hang on to. It's very dynamic. And we'll see it in the next building. You might have a situation where you roll into a room, and there's now different levels of threats that you need to manage. So the point man may very suddenly become third or fourth man in the stack, just like that. So it's all very dynamic.
Okay, so has anyone not done an entry against humans yet? Impulse.
That guy.
Grenade.
Tap.
Reaching team is ready.
I don't even have like a button for that. So
Bad guys, you ready?
Bad guy 3 set.
2 set.
1 set.
Okay, entry team, range is hot.
Single doorway, stack up.
Who's ready?
Who's ready?
Alright. Pine. Clear on the left, let's just breach in. Going right.
Okay.
So wait, hold on really quick. That entry looked a little bizarre. What happened there? I thought I saw like the second guy almost come inside first.
Yeah,
I don't blasted that guy.
What happened?
Yeah.
Well, I made the call to not do a flashbang because we cleared most of it, just the corners.
Sure. Good call. Yeah, it's
Sorry,
the
it's
only
my
info
fault.
you had, so it's all good.
I intuited it as me breaking left as he held that position, so I could sweep around because it took a little longer than I thought was necessary.
Yeah, so what it looked like is I've heard it called stooging the door, where everybody gets stuck in the doorway. So it looked like our point man went in. It looked like you went right. Is that right?
That's correct.
But it looked like you were struggling to clear out of the doorway, and the second guy actually ended up in overtaking you, then retreating. Is that right? Who is who?
No, that guy took a wide position on the outside of the right, looking left. I thought I was good to go in as he held that angle because it was like 3 seconds.
No, I like your aggression. The thing is though, the point man is always the first one in the door. 2 reasons.
Yeah.
One, because he can see the layout of the room, so he knows where inside he can maneuver because he's already seen it. And the other reason is he can then pick the highest threat area to put his barrel on, so that you coming in have the second highest threat area.
Correct. Yeah, the biggest unknown, right? So like when you came out of here and you began plying it, right? Like you're pretty certain back right's clear. You're plying out back, left, right, or back, the center, the diagonal, definitely clear. You're plying out, and then you're leaning in, you're using your bendies, and you're coming in here. If you don't swing in here and take this big unknown right here, you're probably dying. If you come in here and you swing here, instead of the biggest unknown, the largest threat corner, you're probably dead. But let's assume you do this, and so you go back here. The second guy has to go wherever you do not go, so he has to swing in here. What's happening? He's probably getting shot in the chest, and then once he gets in here, he's going to see that you're dead behind him. But you're probably taking massive casualties. You just want to always button hook to wherever you don't know. So as much info as you can get, just like you're doing, but then you want to take the biggest unknown.
Because like here, check it out. Who's in that corner over there? Contra, why don't you stand in the opposite corner real fast and we'll just demonstrate. So like even close to the door, please. Yep. Yeah, so even if he's tucked way into that corner, you can probably, even if you can't engage him, you can get an idea he's there, or if he's not there, just by looking before you enter.
Yeah, so I can see half of him.
Right. So that'll give you an idea. So if you're not there, obviously he's not there, and you can reduce, not eliminate, but reduce the likelihood that a threat is going to be in that corner. So, all right, so let's reset on that room. Contra, go back to your first spot, and let's just do that one more time. Let's just focus on each person in the stack taking their responsibility. So let's get 1, 2, and 3 stacked up. You guys start it from fresh, and let's get this moving.
Stack up.
Up.
2 set.
3 set.
Fine. Clear. Going left.
Much better.
Clear. RT, your point. I got the door, if you want. Or do you make the calls?
Alright, frozen ready with flash. That
You want
guy.
me to flash?
Yeah.
Ready.
3,
when that guy opens.
2, 1.
Flash out.
Clear.
Got another corner.
On you.
Okay.
You want me to flash it?
Hold on. I got one surrendering. Okay. Got one surrendering. I got a door back here.
Someone's angry. I have a 9 bang.
Well, I got a
For
close
sake of
door
training, assume Aiko has been secured.
Yeah,
He's no
assume he's
longer a
been
threat.
detained, because I don't have... Oh, I do. I've detained the prisoner.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I have a pretty good angle here if you want to open it.
Okay, you set up.
Full auto.
See you. Okay.
Wish me luck.
Open. Opening.
Got nothing.
Okay, I just set myself at the door. Okay, I got another entryway in there.
Alright, I can take right if you want to take left.
Okay, okay. Let me come in and slide left. With a door behind it. Okay, back left's clear.
Durka.
RT, you up? I got voices in the room.
I'm with you.
Mohammed.
I'm gonna flash.
Flash
out. Back right's the unknown.
Alright, I'm breaching.
Alright, I think that's it. Pause X. So, I think the second and third areas, you guys looked pretty sharp. Right up, you took care of Aiko and moving into that kind of that narrow room. It's kind of I intentionally built it. It's kind of a shit sandwich because of the way the door flops, so you did, I think, the best you could. That fourth room, though, you guys had a known threat inside a known area. Didn't know exactly, but a known threat in there. And then you guys kind of went in bald. You went in without a throwable. What'd you guys think about that?
We did have a throwable in here. We were just too slow to prosecute it. Because I chucked the throwable in and we just had a pause before we breached the room.
Is there any problem in that scenario with just you know what? Cancel,
resetting. Yeah.
Take a breath, chuck another one. Because you know what? Take a look at the wall. make a determination. Hey, will that stop lateral frag? Because maybe just fucking toss a frag in there. But since we only have flashbangs, just fucking toss another one. Hand grenades are cheap. Use them.
Yeah, we just didn't communicate that is all.
All right then. So that's our lesson learned for that fourth room. Otherwise, you guys were moved. Once we had that that small mistake near the front, we fixed that, and you guys were fucking rocking and rolling. So
I do feel like there was
That may
a.
also be another instance where you should lob in one rather than chuck it.
yeah.
Yeah. So another really great example of dropping it at the door versus chucking it into the room. Holy shit, it's already been an hour. So we've got Operation Bodkin to cover, but I've also got the second drill to cover, so maybe we'll push off Tactical Flow until next week.
You'll never take me alive, Americans.
Just checking the difference between.
Does anyone have any questions about...
Jesus Christ.
Are we done? Give me like 30 more seconds, guys, please. Anybody have any more questions about kind of the nuances of this shit? I know we could talk for hours on it, but any immediate urgent questions that you've seen pop up that you want to have answered? Going once, going twice.
Wrong one.
Yeah, it's supposed to be this one. Holy shit.
User left your channel.
You guys are douchebags.